All right, so today we're going to finish up with the information on the on marriage, and just want to remind you that you have your Christian Living Project due tomorrow, and you also have a test on Friday. You're going to have a test on Friday over marriage is a sacrament, marriage is a vocation. There is study guide is already on Moodle. You will hopefully also get a Kahoot put up on Moodle for that, so that you guys can use that to help you study for the test. With regard to your Christian Living Project that is due tomorrow, please remember to put your credit card balance that is given to you every time I give you back your spreadsheet, because it helps me figure out what your next payment's going to be and what your balance is, and everything else. So just make sure that you have those items on your spreadsheet, along with having your house that includes the price and also the car for your spouse. All right, so moving on, and there's not much to cover, so we'll finish this up pretty quick, and then you'll be able to move on to other things. Is that, we were talking about the transitioning that goes on within a couple's life, being married, and the different elements of that, from being a parent being a parent of a first child to a second child to multiple children, and how the lives together evolve and change over time. And the last couple of things that we're going to talk about have to deal with things later on in life. So the first one is about being middle age. And middle age, it's just kind of an idea or an area that's nothing specific. But usually it's about the time that you get into your late 30s, 40s, into your 50s. Is considered middle age to late middle age, and what you begin to see is the couple becoming what are known as empty nesters. Empty nesters are when they've been with these kids for so many years. I mean, it could be 30 years that they've had kids running around the house, and then all of a sudden the youngest kid moves out or gets married and moves out, and then all of a sudden they're back together by themselves. And again, it can be a struggle for the couple because now again they're roaming around the house with just each other, and they don't have soccer games and band practice and recitals to go to. It's just the two of them, and they're kind of lost, and they don't know what to do. And so you have this again, another transition. So marriage involves a lot of transitions throughout the married life together. And I mean, for some people, it can be very difficult. Now, you guys may not be experiencing this. Some of it may be, if you're a middle child, you've already had, a brother or sister that maybe has gone off to college, and you've got younger brothers and sisters behind you. But what you see is that they're with that first child going off to college. There's a transition. This is their oldest. He's going off. But then when you get to that youngest child, right? It's the youngest child. It's the last one, right? There is part of that is celebration. Hey, it's the last one. We've got them through school. Now they're moving forward. And again, they end up being together by themselves. And as you get to this age, this middle age, there can be changes in your job, either more responsibility, or you're getting close to that retirement age. You may have put in your 20 years, your 30 years on a job, and it's time to slow things down. And you might start to think about what you're going to do with retirement. Right? Are you going to downsize? Right? The house that you lived in that has 4 or 5 bedrooms, empty nesters don't need that anymore. Now, of course, kids have trouble with that, because it's like, well, that was my room. What are you going to do to my room? It's like, well, it's not your room anymore. You've got a wife and kids. It's not your room anymore. So these are things that you see. And again, there's changes in the family. They go from being parents to maybe grandparents to being a father-in-law or mother-in-law. And having to deal with those issues with their kids moving out. There also could be a situation where as you hit that middle age part, that your grandparents, not their grandparents, your grandparents are getting older and they need more care, and you have to. Sometimes the grandparents are going to move in with their elderly children, not elderly children, but older children, and they have to take care of them because they can't be on their own because maybe a grandparent has died and they need to have somebody living with an elderly parent. So these are all kinds of issues that change, and you also have sometimes a situation where a kid does move out. Right, they move out on their own, and all of a sudden they realize they can't make it, or they lose their job, or there maybe even there's a divorce, and then all of a sudden you've got adult children back living in your house. So those are things that people face in middle age or as they get older. And then again, you've got that idea that you've got this couple that is getting older. They retire. Are they going to move to Florida when they retire? Are they going to travel? And they're going to see the world. They're going to do things that they couldn't do when they had kids, because now maybe they've got the time and they've got the resources to be able to do that. So again, this is another transition, and along with that transition, they have to find this sense of purpose. And this is one of the things that you may have seen with your own parents. Now all of a sudden, they're at home. They're trying to either work from home or they're not able to work at all, and they're getting a glimpse of what it might be like to be retired. And they may not like it. I mean, this whole thing that we're going through right now, it gives them an opportunity to kind of see what it would be like if they got up in the morning and they didn't have to go to a job. It's what is their purpose? They sit around and watch TV all day, or they binge watch whatever's on TV, or they putter around the house, or find your mom finding projects for your dad to do that he's been putting off. So those are some of the things that you find that goes on in retirement. And are they going to get a part-time job? You don't want to go into the corporate world anymore, but do you want to find something to do? Or again, are your grandkids then going to become your goal and your focus? So, retirement can be rewarding, but it can also be frightening because, there is that unknown that's out there. But the idea of the traveling and finding other things to do in your life, and then there are some people that they find that they want to, for some men, they want to become deacons in the church, and they can do that after they've retired because they weren't able to do it before. So again, this could be an exciting time, can also be a very scary time. So you have this celebration, right? You got your kids are getting married, you got the grandkids. When that first grandkid calls you grandpa or papa, or whatever's going to call you. There's that excitement, but you've also got to be more aware of each other too, because before the kids finally moved out, you were focusing on the kids. Now is an opportunity for you to focus on each other and to remember why you married that person. But then you've also got the other side of it too. I mean, there's some tough times that occur because as you get older, right, your body begins to break down, and you may not be able to do the things that you used to do, and this is one of the reasons why you sell the house, because you can't do the steps, and cleaning a big house becomes a hassle, and so you want to kind of downsize just for that reason. And there's the emotional part in dealing with the fact that when we talk about in sickness and in health, you've got a spouse that is has a sickness, their something's wrong with them, and you've got to take care of them. And also, the reality of it is that we all have an expiration date, and that this couple that have spent these years together, that that one of them dies, and then what are they going to do with their lives after that? So these are some of the things that you have with this whole idea of bringing lives together, and the whole idea that two people becoming one and sharing their entire lives together, and that the children are, a living, breathing sign of the love that those two people had for each other. And so, that is the end of the material for the test that you'll have on Friday. Again, just a reminder that you have the Christian Living Project number 4, which is due tomorrow, which is Wednesday, April 29th. And I will try to get a Kahoot up for you to help prepare for the test. But make sure that you read the article that's on the Moodle page that will help you with the, the test on Friday. So you guys have a good day.